For defensive lineman Caden Haws, the Arkansas Razorbacks are his home state team. They actually did recruit him once upon a time before he committed to BYU. Please welcome into Studio C number 95 from Little Rock, Arkansas, Caden Haws. Hi, Caden.
How's it going?
Good to have you. Have a seat.
What's up?
All right, welcome in.
Thanks. Good to be here.
All right, let's talk family background for a minute. Your father, Kurt, played some football back in the day.
He did.
Illuminate us.
He did. Funny enough, he actually played at University of Utah. So the team up north that we don't talk about very much. But he's actually up here, and it's funny. We joke about it a lot. It's a good time. So he wears blue while I'm here, but we'll see if he does after. I don't know.
No, he is wearing blue right
He is
here,
right now.
That's good to see. Thank you. Welcome, Kurt. I was like, well, who's this rather large, handsome man on the end of row one there? And it's your dad. Good to know. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, mystery man. All right. You had a brother, or have a brother, playing ball somewhere too, right?
I do. He's at Washington and Lee University in Virginia. It's just, I think it's about 10 miles away from Southern Virginia. So, but yeah, he played for a few years, and he really cerebral guy, really smart. And it's a pretty high-end school. Really, could compare it to Ivy League, and yeah, he loves it out there. So
Does he have a game when you guys go out to Liberty and play on the 22nd?
he does, yeah. So I think he'll be able to catch the second half of our game. So
he plays early. He'll come over and get the second half of yours.
Yep.
Right on.
That's the plan.
Very cool. All right. You were once upon a time recruited to play offensive line here at BYU.
Was.
You started off as an O lineman, and you're now a D lineman. Can you fill us in on the transition and how that came about?
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. I was just in the weight room one day, and Coach Triaki saw me and was like, "Hey, you ever thought about playing D-line?" I was like, "No, I'm a center." Like I kind of wrote it off, but knew Tafisi, our head strength coach, overheard, and he obviously played D-line at Cal, and then he played for the Seahawks, and he was just in my ear for the next 2 weeks, just like, "Hey, when are you gonna switch? When are you gonna switch?" And so finally, I called my dad. We talked for about an hour, and the result of that conversation was like, well, let's just ask Kalani, see what he says. And I went in and talked to him, and he's like, well, shoot, I wanted you to switch a year ago. Go ahead and go to defensive meetings today. And I was like, oh, okay, sounds good. So went to the D-line meetings, and he talked to Grimes and Mateos for me, and that was that.
What did you think would make a good defensive lineman out of Caden?
Well, first of all, you mentioned the weight room. He's the strongest guy on our team. I mean, we have a really strong team. You can look at him. He's got the strength and the athleticism to own the line of scrimmage, and we just wanted to see him on the field. We felt like he was a good enough player and could really bring something for. There's a need at D-line for his toughness and his strength, and so when we try to talk him into it. He's a really good center, so that's like he's been really good. He's done that his whole life, and he's one of the best at it. But so Grimes and Mateos didn't want to lose him, but I wanted to be his decision, and it's like you just plant that little seed, and eventually he'll see the light and come to the defensive line. But it's just the most important thing is that he's got the ability to do it, and he's too good of a player not to be on the field, and that's. So we're thankful that he's there, and he's made that. It's almost I forget that he played O-line, in the past, but he fits us perfectly.
The name Haws, obviously BYU people think about the basketball Hawses, and there is a connection there too, right?
There is, yeah. I think their dad Marty and my dad are cousins, I think. So that makes us, I don't know, second or third cousins. I'm not sure how that works out, but anyways, yeah, we are.
I don't know if he has a jump shot or not.
Were you ever a basketball guy too, or not?
No, I played baseball growing up. I didn't play basketball.
Okay. When you committed to BYU, Bronco was the head coach, right? Way back, like when you very first were committing or thinking about committing.
Yeah, so I was recruited by Bronco and his staff first. Coach 2J was who totally changed my mind on BYU, made me love it here. And then they left, and I actually hadn't committed yet. I actually, for a minute, lost my scholarship just because I think that they had overcommitted a little bit. But when I came on my visit, Kalani and everybody reoffered me, and I committed right there, and that was that. So
Two quick things to hit. You retweeted a tweet from the brother of a former scout team player here at BYU who is quoted as saying, if every football player knew what it was like to play under Kalani Sitake, they would immediately commit, no question.
Yeah.
That resonated with you, apparently.
Absolutely. I mean, we love Kalani. It's, culture of love and learning is what, is preached every day. And when we can feel that, he wants us to play at our best, to be our best. And that's an expectation, but it's done through love, and not out of fear. And everybody's pretty motivated to be the best they can be because of it.
Okay, got to squeeze a couple quick things in. You're from Arkansas,
Yep.
Little Rock. The Razorbacks game has to be come on. This is big.
I'm excited. Still have a couple buddies on the team, and yeah, it'll be cool to see them.
You played high school in Little Rock for Pulaski Academy.
Yes, sir.
Pulaski Academy is kind of famous in the world of football. Why?
We onside kick every time, and we never punt the ball. So it's a numbers thing. It's if you have time, look it up. It's super interesting. But yeah, we've been on ESPN, HBO, and all sorts of stuff for it. So it was fun.
All right, I love that. And so when you're a lineman, you're playing 4 downs every time. There's never much of a switch there. Yeah.
Never a question.
That's awesome. All right.